Hi everyone, this is Benjamin. On behalf of NTUC E2I, we're going to do a three-part series. And this three-part series is going to revolve around the concept of Chef 4.0. For those who haven't heard, Chef 4.0 has its roots in Industry 4.0, which is a term coined by the Germans to help computerize manufacturing. Industry 4.0 features collaborative use of machines, devices, and it connects people via the internet. So, where does Chef 4.0 come in? You see, as the industry transforms, we as workers, we need to ensure that we have the correct skill sets. We need to understand how digital technology impacts us and how we can use digital technology to complement the work that we do. Hence, when we talk about Worker 4.0, we break the skill sets into three main components. The first component is what we refer to as technical skills. Technical skills are job-specific functions that you need to do well in order for you to flourish in your work. Technology skills are how we use technology in the workplace to improve productivity. And the last component is what we call adaptive skills. Adaptive skills is basically how companies and how individuals can leverage on these new technologies in order to help the companies do better. In a nation and industry-wide research, we found the following skill sets to be integral for Chef 4.0. Under adaptive skill, we found kitchen management, F&B business management, and project management. Under technology skill, digital technologies and usage of digital technologies. Under technical skills, food presentation, menu planning and development, and food nutrition. So for Workers 4.0, the combination of adaptive, technical, and technological skills may vary from worker to worker. But what we do know is that we need a combination of all these three skill sets in order for us to be more adaptive and, more importantly, to be more resilient in this ever-changing economy. So for today, we're going to start with a really interesting topic. And this topic is something that I think most of us have at least heard the term of, and that term is called digital marketing. So let's start from the basics. When we talk about digital marketing, we break them down into three main buckets. The first is search engine marketing. The second is digital native advertising. And the third, I think all of us are really familiar with, social media marketing. So let's start from the first component, search engine marketing. A part of search engine marketing consists of paid search. And as the term alludes to, you pay to appear on search results when people search for your brand or for your product category. Search engine optimization, this is a little bit different. It happens organically and you do not need to pay for it. So now, for the second component, it's what we call display and native advertising. What this is actually really simple. When you go to a website, you see different banners and associated articles. These are what we call display and native advertising. But what I would really like to spend is a little bit more time on social media marketing. So now let's talk a little bit about the third component, social media marketing. I think intuitively, we all know about social media marketing. Many of us, we have a Facebook page. Many of us, we have an Instagram page. But the problem that a lot of F&B businesses have is this. We don't know how to structure our campaigns in an optimal manner in order to give us a good ROI. From our research and from our experience working with a lot of F&Bs, we realized that in order for a campaign to be effective, three elements need to come together. The first element is we need to identify the correct location to show our advertisements. The second thing, we need to show it at the correct timing. And the third thing is really intuitive, but not many people do. We need to understand our real target market. So let's start first with location. We realize this. People are not willing to travel too far to eat a basic meal, lunch or dinner. This means that when you run a campaign, it is more optimal to target a 1 mile radius. In fact, I have a case study to share with you. As you can see from this case study, we allocated two $500 budget. One was for the whole of Singapore, one was for a 1 mile radius. And as the result shows, when you target a 1 mile radius, it resulted in about 3.7 to 3.8 times more transactions and more sales. So that is the one key thing that you need to take note of. Which location are we targeting when we run a digital marketing campaign? So I want you to think about this a little bit deeper. I'm sure you've seen this scenario where late at night before you go to bed, you're surfing Facebook and what do you see? You see a lot of advertisements on social media on F&Bs. But I want you to think about why? Why are you showing me an advertisement late at night when the F&B outlet is closed? Rather than run a whole day campaign, something that you might want to do is to break your campaign up to the period before lunch and before dinner. So I want you to imagine this scenario at work. Maybe you're taking a break, you're looking through social media, and you see a really good food shot or you see a really good review on a restaurant. And because I'm catching you at the correct timing, you click on that advertisement, we send you to a landing page or we send you to the website and you then make a reservation. You see, when we run F&B campaigns on social media, we have what we call the golden period, which is slightly before lunch and slightly before dinner. In a similar vein, we ran an experiment where instead of targeting a full day, we targeted just those two golden periods. And our results showed that it resulted in more than 6 times more sales and 6 times more transactions. And the last component, do we know our consumers that we are reaching? And I'm not talking about just the demographics, the age group. When I say, do we know our consumer? Imagine this. If you're running a Korean restaurant, who would you reach out to? And let me show you this case study. So in this case, we were helping a Korean restaurant. And our hypothesis was this: if you like Korean food, you probably like K-pop, you probably like Korean dramas. And using this as a target strategy, we targeted people who like these two interest groups. And look at the results. Again, what this shows is that when we understand our consumers and when we understand the way that they think and their interests, the campaigns that we run, it becomes that much more effective. So in summary, guys, when we run a social media campaign, always remember we need 3 things to happen. We need to target the right consumer at the right place and at the right time. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will conclude our first video. We hope that you have found the content really engaging, and I'll see you in our second video really soon.